Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are working on building up a bunch of stuff. Just a total panache of things. Oh, right. Students rally to enact protected speech. A group of students attending the university in Holland have arranged a demonstration supporting the movement to enact protected speech. The display has inspired other students to join the cause. To join the calls. Oh, man. They've discovered conference calling. That's a new production method. The lecture hall was barren. There were always one or two students missing, for illnesses, travel, or family occasions, but nothing on this scale. There were 3 or 4 students per row, each thrown into sharp contrast by the empty seats to their sides. It was material for a lecture of its own, thought the professor. Like a heap of sand whose grains had blown away one after another, until its form had suddenly changed, so followed what once had been a class. Something, class consciousness, something. The youth will lead the United Netherlands to the future? Stronger movement? Stronger pop strength? Or they ought to focus on their studies? I'm going to do the first one. It's going to make the protected speech movement stronger. Socialist internationalism. The Social Democratic Party is receiving election campaign contributions from the communist rural folk in Scandinavia. So, comrades, come rally. In the last fight let us face. The Internationale unites the human race. Scandinavian socialists are welcome here. 30% will enter with the Social Democrats. Communists more likely to appear, or try to limit foreign influence. 10% momentum. I'm going to go with the second one. Again, I don't necessarily need any more communists than I've already got. I've already got an overwhelming abundance, a complete sufficiency of communists. It'll be just fine with me if there are not more. So, Anti-American League seems salty. We are going to improve relations with them eventually. So there is the election popping off. And that means we reform the government. I'm going to keep the trade unions in complete control of the government. I think that's reasonable. And the Liberal Party consists of the intelligentsia and the industrialists. The industrialists will be much happier later. Ooh, and the intelligentsia have joined the movement for protected speech, making that much stronger. You know what? It's time. Protected speech. Who's going to be mad? Catholic Church, petit bourgeois, armed forces, landowners. Not too much I care about in that group. A little short on authority. Let's go ahead and remove a consumption tax. So, Dutch Senegal. Talk to me. What resources do you have available? You have some oil. I can definitely exploit that. You have some rubber, which I can definitely exploit. You definitely need infrastructure here. Let's go ahead and build those up. Russia sides with Portuguese Congo. Interesting. Yeah, and then we'll build up the rubber supply. We can for sure use more rubber. I'm primarily a rubber exporter, am I not? I'm primarily an importer. Interesting. What if I didn't have to be? Let's do it. And in fact, now that I've got a lot of rubber of my own, let's go ahead and I think I got a trade route I can kibosh here. Oh no, that's an export route. People are exporting rubber to me, but I don't need it. Alright, let's take a look at the situation here. We for sure need more railway infrastructure in Liberia. Sierra Leone, same situation. Things are rough and brutal there. Dutch Senegalese Guinea, yeah. Oh man, how did these places get by with no railways for so long? How do the people get from location to location? What an abominable state of affairs. Alright, I'm going to throw all of these railways at the top of the queue here. And then we'll look at other stuff. So, we got, yeah, we got a lot of rubber here we can build up. Get another layer of rubber in Windward Coast. Sierra Leone, we can get some rubber in. In Dutch Senegalese Guinea, we can absolutely pump up the rubber. Alright, and then once that's done, we'll figure out what else we want to build there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Austria. Austria. What is going on over there? My universal suffrage theocracy is taking shots at a bourgeois revolt of the petit bourgeois and the trade unions, a universal suffrage presidential republic. What is this about? It's about dedicated police forces? And they've slightly rolled back right of protected speech to right of assembly. Bananas. Particularists indeed. Alright, so this is Portuguese Congo. Where are you? You're over here. Alright, well that's fine. I can go ahead and not be involved in that. I don't want to fight the Russians. Kingdom of France going up against Chokwe again. I'll stay on in case they need to pull me in. We'll leave that be for now. How's Iraq doing? Yep. They're improving relations because they know I'm going to side with the government. Ooh, Scottish mass immigration. Excellent. Alright, so Austria-Hungary, what will you give me if I stand by you? Piles of cash? Don't mind if I do. Hold on. Is anyone likely to stand with the other side? Looks like a not really. Can't get a puppet state. Can't get a transfer. Can only get cash. Alright, let's do this. Give me a bankroll. Absolutely break the bank. Alright, so we'll go ahead and send our main force to what feels like the main front. And I think we're going to need to do a full conscription here. I think we need to actually high effort this one. Because Austria is a real country. Alright, so we'll put that unit there. We'll take our Marine Royale. We'll station them in protecting our shores. We need a new leader in the Marine Royale. All these guys are petit bourgeois guys. Let me see. You're an authoritarian. You are a market liberal. You are an integralist. Market liberal it is. All right. Can you show me someone else? Another one. Another one. And another integralist at that. Let me see. These guys are both ancient. Let's go ahead and grab this honorable bandit. And once those other two guys die, we'll regroup. Well, we're getting very promptly to the front. Oh boy. Hanoverian talent. We see an opportunity to call in the obligation that Hanover owes us by requesting the service of one of their commanders, Gunther Ilbert. An intelligentsia jingoist with kidney stones. Not every country is afforded the opportunities they deserve. Not everyone is afforded the opportunities they deserve in their home country. We are an ambitious nation, one that will make better use of his skills than they ever could. Just for our military needs, we offer to get that guy, or the obligation is worth more than the skills of just one man. I'm going to go with the second one. I don't think that's reasonable. So, Austro-Hungarian bourgeois revolt offers to give us money. I'm already getting money. Austria-Hungary wants a trade agreement. Absolutely. Serbian mass immigration. Wonderful. Saxony sides with Austria-Hungary. That's rad. Thank you for your support, Saxony. An I don't want an obligation, Austro-Hungarian bourgeois revolt. I don't desire it. It is not of any meaningful use to me. Hey, protected speeches and study. Wonderful. Undefended front in Somaliland. Ah, Isak is having an issue. Unfortunately, all we can do is send the Coastal Defense Force, because we're dealing with a much larger issue in Europe. Tell you what, we'll rely on our fleets. We'll send the Home Defense Force to the other front. And hopefully we can deal with that in good time. Land reclamation. Excellent. Our land reclamation project in Holland has borne results. The state can now support additional agricultural land. We are masters of land and sea. Alright, beautiful. We'll go ahead and build some more rye farms. So let me see. This situation is popping off. I don't need to be involved anymore. This Revolution Oldenburg, I think I can safely ignore. I can probably safely ignore. And then this is a Kuban uprising, which I need to... Not Kuban over here. Kuban somewhere in Africa. Yeah, here we go. Which France can deal with all on its lonesome. Yeah, I bet they are. What is this? Austro-Hungarian Moldavia? What is happening? Oh, that's just a section of the country that went with the government instead of the rebels. What's going on over there? All right, so Revolutionary Oldenburg doesn't seem like anything's gonna. That's a heckin' flag. They're an anarchist commune. Rad. Oh my gosh, they did it. They did anarchy. Oh my gosh. That's excellent. Hooray. Ah. How fun. I'm inclined to stand with them, actually. Unfortunately, I don't have any units to spare, which is a crying shame, to be completely honest. This front is looking a little bit rough. We'll go ahead and put our units on defense for the moment. And once the time comes, we'll get more involved. Bremer religious revolts. I can't be bothered to get involved in this one, so we'll let that be. Sadly, Oldenburg I have to leave by itself. Maybe next time. Indoor, British issue. Oh, crisis in Paris. Oh my goodness, it's 1913 and we have a Paris commune. That's incredible. Oh my goodness. Crisis in Paris. Discontent in the Kingdom of France has led to the seizure of the city of Paris by revolutionaries. France is now split between two rival governments, that of Paris and that of Versailles. It was now midday, and the whole affair wore a most strange and incomprehensible aspect to one not brought up to making barricades. Instead of a government blocking every street, as was the case in the morning, a hostile cannon was now looking down every boulevard. The Paris government has no leg to stand on, improves relations with France. The Kingdom of France could use a changing government to deteriorate its relations in France, and the Paris commune will get stronger, or we have no interest in this. Our relationship with France is rock solid right now. You know what? I'm gonna toss out maybe they could have a change of government. I don't know. Maybe they could do a little bit of a council republic. I don't know. Just a bit of a council republic. I don't know. Maybe just a teensy-weensy bit of a council republic. Maybe they could just have a good time with a council republic. Ooh, we're in voting for protected speech. I guess I shouldn't be surprised by that. Where's the capital? Where's the capital of the revolt? It's in Bohemia. Alright. Let's go ahead and set that as our strategic objective. Okay, we're no longer moving in unopposed in the southern front. The main front is going a little rough. We are still winning. Bourgeois revolt in Isak is popping off. Alright, looks like that situation is being promptly solved. So the Home Defense Force and the Coastal Defense Force should be home soon. I don't want to invest in Bremen. Where are you going? You're going to the front? you need to be going home. You too. You need to defend the Low Countries. That's your purpose. This army still continues forward. It looks like the revolutionary Austro-Hungarian state is, well, it's still anyone's game at this point. Their chances of knocking Saxony out are pretty good. I'm still in the process of mobilizing. I'm continuing to grow in mobilization. If these fronts merge, I think we'll be in a solid place. Nezhid, I can safely ignore. Sambas, I can definitely safely ignore. And there we go. Wonderful. So the industrialists want mass conscription. I think I'm very happy with national militia at the moment. And I think that's a that's a freaking state form is what that is. British and French still shooting at each other as always. Maybe I should crash the game again, looking at what the state of affairs is. Tell you what, I'll post a photo. I'll post a photo tomorrow. That'll reveal when we're talking about. Hello. The Emperor of Japan requests that we dispatch an embassy to him. If accepted, the Empire of Japan relations towards the United Netherlands will improve by 30. The progress bar of earning recognition will advance by 20. If declined, relations will decrease. I will accept. I would be delighted for Japan to join the world, to join the great powers, the recognized powers of the world. Alright, battles are looking pretty good at this point. We're still continuing to increase in overall strength. So this army, this army's going to get up to about 100 total. But things have just changed disposition. Alright. Well, this is a weird set of fronts, because they didn't merge. They just sort of, they got wonky. It's time to get wonky in here, in the words of Dr. Rick Sanchez. Alright, I'm gonna go to Gibraltar. Alright, we're winning on defense on the main front. Which I consider this... Well, it's really just the largest front. It's not the main front. This one's actually the main front, because this is the one where we're actually pushing forward. Ooh, NCO training. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, I had no idea we were that close. Fantastic. Oh boy. Alright, force comparison here is looking a lot better, though. Probably because they're cut off, the enemy army is cut off from supply. Also, their tech is really rough. Excellent. Empty pockets. A series of perceived poor decisions made by the movement to enact graduated taxation has led to a notable decrease in its ability to raise money. Numerous wealthy sympathizers have quietly halted their support for the movement in its current form. We don't wish to appear partisan. Always the same refrain. The organizer paced back and forth in his tiny office, fists clenched until it felt as if his knuckles were about to burst through his skin. Occasionally he stole a glance at the unopened envelopes on his desk, all of which he knew would repeat a variation on the same. Partisan. What did that mean? That they cared for something? That they chose to do something beyond count the money in their vaults? He had something important to do, something which would improve society itself. They had a chance to do the same. In that light, how could partisanship possibly be bad? Perhaps we'll find an alternate source of funds. 2% of pops in Flanders become more loyal. Movement gets weakened. Or everything dies in the end, some faster than others. I'll take the loyalists for free. Again, I don't... No, the movement's gone. Cool. Well, it was, well, not exactly fun while it lasted, but it definitely existed while it lasted. Alright, so force comparison on what I would call the main front is looking a little better. So I'm going to go ahead and set this army to advance. And the secondary front is looking a little bit shaky. So we'll go over to defense over there. And we'll see how that goes. If we can get Styria and Istria... Ooh, Saxony's bailed out. That's not great. We got good control in Styria. If we can get a hold of it, then we can get Istria, and that should be fine. We got a big battle kicking off in Istria, and we are winning that one. We're winning big battles actually here in both of these states. Saxony bailing out potentially becomes an issue. That said, the Austro-Hungarian bourgeois revolt has lost more battles than Austria-Hungary proper, so they are losing strength. French are still winning against the British in these naval invasions, so that's that's status quo, I suppose. The status is quo. The world is normal, and I just need to rule it. Good, we're getting some good attacks going. Obviously, I can't switch over to, no, that's not good. Obviously, I can't switch over to squad infantry in the middle of this war, much as I would love to do that. But I think it will be fine. We're sinking a lot of convoys, and I'm hoping that that has meaningful impacts on the Austro-Hungarian bourgeois revolt's ability to wage war. Police brutality. The use of extreme force is becoming increasingly common among police officers in Friesland. The working class and the socially conscious are rallying against the police as an institution. Scarcely a week passes without their committing some offense which disgusts everybody but the magistrates. Boys are bruised by their ferocity, women insulted by their ruffianism, and that which brutality has done, perjury denies, and magisterial stupidity suffers to go unpunished. Police brutality is becoming one of our most venerated institutions. We cannot tolerate this behavior. Reduces law enforcement investment by one level, happier rural folk and intelligentsia, or the use of force is warranted. 5% of lower stratum pops in Friesland become radicalized. Happier armed forces, petit bourgeois, and landowners. Well, armed forces are marginalized, and they're the only ones that care about here. We can't tolerate this behavior. I say, clicking the button to tick police back up. A foreign manifesto. The recently translated works of Edvard Treschow have become popular within the movement to enact mass conscription. The relationship has developed to the point of Edvard Treschow now openly endorsing the movement. And for a whole large class, there is no other road, especially for a nation so eminently practical as the Dutch. The great thing is to get the working class to move as a class, that once obtained, they will soon find the right direction, and all who resist will be left out in the cold with small sects of their own. Our struggle is an international one, stronger movement, or this foreign interference ought to be punished. More radical movement, but weaker. I'm going to go with the second one. Let them eat radicalization. Our oppressed siblings. Publicized accounts of discrimination against Catholic people in Scandinavia have led the Catholic Church to align themselves with the Anti-Scandinavian League. Excuse me. Oppressed Catholics in Scandinavia. Protestant. They're doing state religion over there. Well, gosh. Even they may find forgiveness, yes, but such a thing requires repentance, and the Scandinavian government is the very definition of unrepentant arrogance. How merciful. And yet I show far more than their general ever did. He was on the warpath. That was plainly obvious to the beleaguered attaché. And if he had his way, the nation soon would be as well. When words fail, we must bring the sword, joins the Anti-Scandinavian League. Or, they wish to cause an international incident over this, 2% of Catholic pops in the United Netherlands become more radical. Yeah, they can join it. It's fine. That's chill. I don't want to invest in you, Kutch. Switzerland. Are you going down in liberty desire? Yes, by a tiny amount. Because I invested in them. Gosh, standards of living here are really rough. What does your market need? Uh-oh. That's the game. The British and French have been shooting at each other too long. I can't, the game is gone wonky. I don't think that's actually a factor, but I think it's a factor. I don't think I don't think that's really a factor. Unless, with the unless being, unless the game crashes. Or keeps experiencing problems. Maybe once I'm out of this war, things will be easier. Alright, so we're taking over Istria. We are winning this war, all things considered. It's just going to be pretty long and brutal. Let's take a look at this one. We got a lot of casualties, especially on the other side. But, you know, it's not trivial, any way you slice it. We're like to have 1 million or so dead before the end of this thing. Well, we're only at 500,000 right now, but 1 million or so total casualties. A lot of dead and a lot of wounded. Wounded turns people into dependents, which is not great. Alright, we're finally going to close out Istria, and that should functionally be the end of the war. All the rest of our armies will move over to the to this larger interior front, and hopefully that will be the conclusion of the situation. Realistically, they are probably going to... yeah, they're going to back out in a matter of a few more months, and that should be just fine. Nice. A well-fought war. If France ends up having to fight a civil war with the Paris Commune, I might need to break off my alliance. Because the Paris Commune is just one of my favorite things. One of my favorite event chains. Alright, and we are on our way. Beautiful. That is the end of the war. Austria-Hungary is very pleased to have us as their friends. Alright, Switzerland. Show me your market. Oh, I was in the trade routes screen. Okay, what do you need? You need fruit, luxury furniture. You need hardwood. You don't have any... You need furniture manufactories. Oh my goodness, you don't have any of your own... You have furniture manufactories and they're not running. Because you don't have the fabric. Do you have livestock ranches? Yes, and they're producing as much fabric as they can. Okay. You don't have the motor industries to service the railways that I built. Oh, things are rough over here. I tell you what. You need to get yourselves a motor industry. Okay, you need more grain. That's for sure something that's needed here. But again, you got rye farms and you can't employ them. Is it a coal issue? You don't have enough coal for your automation methods? For your labor-saving methods, rather? Tools are doing okay. Glass is goofy. Coal, nope. Got plenty of coal. Got productive furniture manufactories and... Whoa. Switzerland. Are you a fail state? Oh my gosh, they're a fail state. They're under 1 million population. How could this happen? Oh my goodness. Switzerland, what is going on? Switzerland, my nerds. Oh my goodness, this is... You're in a really bad state, Switzerland. I don't know how to help you with that. So, you know, I'll leave it be for now. Senegal's got one other area that I can work on. And by work on, I mean build a bunch of rubber plantations. So I should have a good amount of rubber plantations at this point. So closely at France. Hoping that some absolute nonsense goes out with the Paris Commune. Let Buchanan go. Dutch Senegal is getting lower in liberty desire. I think I'll be able to turn them into a dominion soon. Los Altos, don't wish to invest in you. I don't know, Switzerland. I might need to let you go because I don't feel comfortable with you being my responsibility in this situation. I think things are so rough over there. You just can't. What if I just mass build nonsense? What if I just mass built nonsense so that you... Oh, but you're... Because of turmoil, and the turmoil is... So, their migration attraction is terrible because of turmoil, and their turmoil is really high because of all the radicals. The radicals are really high because of the terrible standard of living. This situation is bananas. I don't know how I can deal with the cycle of problems here, Switzerland. Switzerland, I think you're Robert Borcht. I think you might need to become part of Baden, Switzerland. I don't know how to help otherwise. Alright. Well, we've done a lot of work. Before we close out, let's take a look at how things are going in Iraq. Standard of living is Midland. Literacy is solid. GDP has grown a lot. Population is good. Still a little bit of devastation in Basra, but we've pretty much dealt with the radicalization situation. Overall, the economy is strong. The economy is strong, the situation is solid. We'll take a quick look at our other places. Ethiopia is still working on Presidential Republic. How close are they on this? They're in the third phase. They got 2 setbacks. Oh man, it's going to come down to the wire. I hope they get lucky. Majertine has a movement for national militia and a movement for cultural exclusion. Movement for national militia seems extremely strong. Let's go ahead and hit that button. Yeah, look at that success chance. Definitely. Although, is cultural exclusion more important? Nah, national militia is more important. Marina Kingdom. Movement for racial segregation down from national supremacy. Seems like the right call, to be completely honest. Yeah, let's do it. Banjar. Consumption-based taxation. Don't want to deal with that. Oh, Banjar became a presidential republic. I thought they refused. That's wild. So I continue choosing the government in Banjar, but I don't think I need to do that. Alright, so it's been a wild and fun episode. We invested in Switzerland, we invested in Dutch Senegal, which should have a really solidly growing GDP at this time. Franco-Dutch Senegal, really. And we fought a war in Austria-Hungary to keep Austria-Hungary in the hands of the theocratic democratic government. For now, I've had fun. I hope you've had fun, and I'll see you on the other side.